Hey YouTube, what's going on? So, I got another winning day here on my funded futures core account. And I have enough equity in this account that I'm just farming winning days at the moment. I pulled out one $1,000 payout last week, and I'm gonna just try to get my $1,000 payout each week until they put me into live. And this account has been going really good. I don't think I'm going to have any problems getting more payouts with this account because on this account, since I have a max cap of 1,000, it kind of makes more sense to just trade very small, 1 or 2 micros, maybe 5 micros at most, get my $100. And when you trade that small, it's hard to lose a lot of money, especially if you're in the right headspace and placing your stop loss. Now, I want to talk about what I did with my money from my payout last week and the accounts I bought. So I bought one Tradeify Select 50K, and I have that, and I did it's 40% consistency, so I need to spend 3 days minimum on the evaluation. I got $900 on my first day, so now I just need to repeat that for the next couple of days, and I'll pass the eval. Now, I also bought two My Funded Futures Pro accounts, and the reason why I bought two My Funded Futures Pro accounts was because obviously there was some volatility coming into the market. You saw Bitcoin dropping all the way into the 70s, and people are panicking. So I thought if I could get a pro account, pass it in one day, and My Funded Futures lets you activate it right away now instead of waiting till the end of the day. I thought maybe I could potentially pass an eval, activate it, and build up a nice buffer in my pro accounts. If I just went after it today, but I went after it with the wrong mindset. I was rushing the process. I was being kind of greedy. I was not being patient, right? And that's one of my rules is I'm supposed to be patient and I'm supposed to wait for pullbacks, wait for my setups. So I hopped on right at 5 o'clock and I decided to short the market at somewhere around here, um, somewhere around this area, and I did like 3 contracts on my pro account, which is as much as you can do. I think it was down here actually, and it tapped down here, it came back up, I shorted it, and it pulled back up. It pulled back up. I had my stop right here, and it didn't really matter that I had my stop here because at 3 contracts, when you're going like 50 points or 40 points, that's going to stop you out on a 50K account anyways. It pulled back right just enough to stop me out, just enough to blow my pro account, and then it continued down. And if I had just waited for a pullback into this wick, like I know I should do that. The only reason I did it is because it's the beginning of the market open, and I thought it's volatile, and I had FOMO. To be honest, I had FOMO. But looking at this from a logical perspective, it gapped down what 100 points, and then fell another uh, probably 80 points before I entered a short. It's gonna have a pullback. That's just ridiculous of me. But my heart was beating fast, and I was, not thinking properly, and I was worried about the fear of missing out, of not passing an evaluation, which is ridiculous because now I'm sitting here, you know, minus $180 from that from blowing that pro account. So be patient with your trades, guys. Be patient even on your evaluations. The direction was correct. I just needed to wait for a pullback into previous resistance. So that was that. And then I hopped on, this account. I think I shorted right around here and, got my little $150 and was done for the day. I think I did that on my Tradeify too. Um, Capitalized on that there. And then let me go to where I blew my second pro account. Let's see. It was right here. Okay, so this one is frustrating because I hopped on with my second pro account and I was like somewhere around here, and I actually shorted here. But I was shorting, I was making a little bit of money, but I choked my I just had my stop loss way too tight. I was choking price action with my stop loss. I got stopped out. And then I entered a bunch of little trades, shorting again, getting stopped out, going long, getting stopped out. And I was just like getting chopped up, not even due to choppy price action, but I was getting chopped up because I just had my stop loss too tight because I was over leveraged, right? If I would have shorted, put my stop loss like way up here or something, maybe short at a 1 mini instead of 3 or whatever, yeah, this could have been a great trade. So we go down here, and then here it starts barcoding a little bit, starts chopping a little bit. I was trading this entire time, getting stopped out at break even over and over again, and then I would leverage up with 3 micros and go negative 1,000 instead of going break even, and I ended up getting long with my last $1,000 in drawdown right here, and then it pulled back, and my stop loss was right here, which I only had $50 in drawdown left, so that basically blew my account. So similar to the last trade with the pro account, it's like I'm right on the direction, but it goes back just enough to blow the account, and then it rips up. And so the lesson that I should take away is widen my stop losses and trade a small enough size to be able to have wide stop losses. Now, mathematically, 1 mini, if I trade this at 1 mini, how big of a move is this? And I catch like a 100-point trade. That's $2,000. I needed 4,000 to pass the eval. So that's leaving me wanting. That's leaving me like, oh, I need more, right? Because I'm trying to pass the eval today. But I have an entire day's worth of price action to work with. I got all this price action to work with. Obviously, I got to sleep sometime, but wow, market really ripped up there. So yeah, I just got to be patient and trade small, even with the evaluations. I have to trade micros or 1 mini. I feel like I need to, like, when I'm trading, I feel like I need to pass it right then and there or in like the next 30 minutes, and that's just not the case. I can make 1,000 now, hop off the charts, hop on again, make another 1,000. Be patient, guys. So that was, leaving me kind of sour that I did blow those 2 expensive evals, but coming away from it, I also know that maybe these accounts that give you unlimited upside are not the best for me to trade right now, because I'm clearly having more success with this account that has restrictions on how much profit I can take. It sounds counterintuitive. It sounds like, why would you want restrictions on how much money you can make in the market? Well, it's because then, on my pro evals, I was up $2,000 at one point. And so if you have an account where it just doesn't make sense to make more money, then I'm going to end up keeping that account for a long time. I'm going to only take a good trade, get out as soon as I get my 150, and not trade again. It's as simple as that, right? If you tell me I can make $100,000 with one account, then I'm going to max leverage that account. I'm going to try to shoot for the moon, and I'm going to blow it. So moving forward, when I get the next payout from this account, I'm not gonna go with the My Funded Futures Flex because it's worse than the Top Step accounts. I'll probably buy some Top Step accounts. I'll go with the Top Step, no activation fees. I think I'll buy 3 or 4 of those. There's more upside than this, which means I'm going to be more risky than I am with this. but it's not as risky as it is a take profit trader account or a My Funded Futures Pro account, right? For the way I trade. So that's the game plan. I'm hoping it all works out. And even if it doesn't, I'll keep at it.